Okay, so there's this guy named Alcibiades, who's a great patriot for Athens. He wants Athens to win in the great war against Sparta that's been going on forever. But in order to do that, he thinks they need the wealth of Italy. He has this whole army, puts together this army, and he's headed off to invade Italy. However, he has opponents who don't want him to do this. While him and his friends have won the election and said, yes, we're going, as soon as they get out of town, him and all his allies headed off to fight this battle. His enemies get together and vote and summon him back. So his army goes off with his second in command, who sucks, and they all lose. And everybody blames Alcibiades. What the actual charges they brought against him, where there were all these little statues of Hermes, the Greek god of various things, and all these little statues got smashed to pieces, and people thought it was a bad omen, and they thought Alcibiades and his dumb friends had gone around and smashed them all up. So they're calling him back to investigate that. And since all of his allies are out of town, he's pretty much gonna lose, and he's gonna be put to death. So instead of coming back, he sneaks off to Sparta. He goes to Sparta and says, "Hi, I'm Alcibiades. I'm a military genius, and I am going to help you beat Athens in this great war." Sparta's like, "Cool. We like traitors. Come on in." Mostly what he does is he delays them and gives them elaborate ideas that might work, but they have to wait until later. And in the meantime, he sleeps with the king's wife, which kind of ticks the king off. And so they try to kill him again. And so he's like, "Crap, now I can't go back to Athens. Who hates both Athens and Sparta both at once? I know. I'll go to our ancient enemy, the Persians." So he goes to Persia and says, "Hi, I'm Alcibiades. I'm a military genius. I will help you conquer Greece." And he goes and gives them a bunch of information that proves to them that he's going to conquer the world. But at heart, he's still a patriot for Athens. So he sends back some secret messages to Athens saying, "Okay, I'm in Persia. I can send them out with a really good military strategy that will work unless you know what it is. So bring me back, put me in charge, and then I, knowing what their strategy will be, will plan for it and destroy them all." And Athens will then be super powerful, but still his enemies are in charge because all his allies went off and got killed in Italy. So he talks to these people who want to get rid of democracy and establish rule by aristocrats. And so they have a little coup d'etat, take over the country, and don't invite back Alcibiades. However, Athens has two parts of their military: the army, which is all rich people, because you have to be rich enough to afford armor, and the navy, who are just have arms to row a boat. The common man navy is not at all happy about the whole aristocrats taking over thing, and they want their democracy back. So they summon Alcibiades, and Alcibiades, leading the navy, takes back over Athens and is about to go attack Sparta when he's summoned away. I think this time he was summoned away because his wife was cheating on him and he had to go win her back. But while he was gone, he tells his second in command, "Don't do anything, you'll screw it up and we'll lose." And while he's away, his second in command tries something, screws it up, and they lose. But since once before he had betrayed them all to the Spartans, and this time they lose to the Spartans when he's not there, they assume he betrayed them to the Spartans again. So now he's on the outs again, and he's like, "Well, screw all this noise. I've tried to save Athens, but they just won't be saved." And he goes and retires off in the mountains in this nice palace, and he goes to retire there. And then one day he sees a whole bunch of Athenian ships still fighting the Spartans, and this time they're all in this cove where they're safe from the weather, but they're in terrible shape if any enemy soldiers come. So he rushes out there on his horse and shouts out to the sailors on the ship, "You've got to move these ships, you've got to get out of here before the Spartans come and destroy you all." And they respond, "We don't listen to traitors." He's like, "I'm not a freaking traitor!" Goes home all pissed off. And of course the Spartans come and wipe them all out, and they win that war. So the moral of the story is, everyone should have listened to Alcibiades, and no one did, and thus they all lost. The end.